Last season ended with your Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers in the divisional round, a game that we'd go on to lose in double overtime. It was a devastating loss. However, I don't think we could be too terribly upset with how that season ended for us. We expected to be a playoff team and to go to the divisional round and just lose a few different plays away from going ahead and securing a win and going on to the conference round. You can't be too upset about that. But we do have a big offseason ahead of us, and we're going to get that kicked off here. So heading into this offseason, we had a lot of contracts that were due, that we had to rework. Some of these guys didn't want to re-sign. Vic initially didn't want to re-sign. I think Joe Banyard initially didn't want to re-sign. I believe Kevin Williams did re-sign here, but Kyle Rudolph didn't want to re-sign. So a lot of our key guys on the roster just apparently wanted more money. Rolling in the free agency here, we ended up picking up D'Angelo Hall, Patrick Robinson, Nigel Bradham, John Abram, Ray Lewis, the veteran. We're going to get into some of these guys later. Willie Young, Michael Vick, and Travaris Jackson, and Joe McKnight also ended up getting signed as well because I wasn't sure if we're going to be able to bring back Joe Banyard. And then we have King Dunlap as our backup left tackle. So those are our off-season acquisitions and free agency. In the draft, we drafted by position, focusing on the defense a lot. We spent our first pick in this draft, first three picks of this draft on defense. We ended up drafting a tight end as well, simply because we would end up losing Kyle Rudolph in free agency. The Dolphins offered him a better contract than what we were willing to pay. So Kyle Rudolph will not be on this roster moving forward. I would say that does leave me a little concerned, but I really think John Carlson and Rhett Ellison can fill that role. Considering John Carlson and Rhett Ellison are our run-blocking tight ends too, it shouldn't affect the run game at all, and I really think Carlson and Ellison can get it done between both of them. They've both stepped up and made plays in the past. They're just going to have a much, much bigger role this year. Another guy that's going to have to step up too is our, second-year wide receiver, Furman. I would expect to see a little bit more out of him. And then, of course, getting to our quarterback, Hancock's going to get the start this year. This is going to be his first year fully starting, and I like what he's got. When he showed us, the few games that he played in last year, I think he did really, really well. Michael Vick, obviously on the roster as the backup, but I just think it's time to get this rookie in there and let this rookie start playing. I just think he's talented enough. I think he can make plays with his legs and just get it done. So I'm excited to get him in the game and see what. Heading over to the defensive side of the ball, a lot of changes need to be made, especially on this defensive front line. I think we just need to get more pressure. That's why we brought in guys like Willie Young here. As you're going to see, he's going to get the sack after the second effort, but I just think that as a defense, we just need to be more aggressive with our blitzes, and then we need to play a little bit more man. I noticed in that last game against the Packers, we're so soft in zone coverage, and we played like that all year. Chris Dungy, we're hoping that second-year defensive tackle for us can step up and make more plays. He's very impressive, big-bodied guy, pushes guys out of the way and bullies his way in there. This is what we're going to need from this defensive line moving forward. And I think that's where this all starts, signing some of these veterans to come in here and, be able to relieve guys like Brian Robinson and Jared Allen, get some fresh legs in there, keep guys moving, guys that can still get in there and make great tackles. If the defensive line guys can get pressure on the quarterback like you see on this play, and then all of our defensive back has to do is just go out and make the play, an open field tackle, we're not making them, quarterback's not sitting in the pocket waiting on a pass, and we're not able to get any pressure there. That is what's going to be super, super important for us to be able to continue and move on and make plays like this. D'Angelo Hall is another guy we brought in, just another veteran presence in that defensive back room to help out the younger guys. I think going into this year, there's a lot of issues that hopefully we will have solved on the end, and moving forward, we're going to be a much better team because we solved those issues. I just threw this play in here because I thought it was entertaining. Look at this Patrick Mahomes-esque fall down. Oh, I got hit. Oh, where's the penalty flag? I actually got a roughing the passer call on this play because I play simulations in practice mode, and basically that allows me to get all the footage for these players so we can kind of go over it and review it. But yeah, I didn't know Patrick Mahomes was in a Madden this old, but yeah, look at this bitch-ass fall down. And I got a 15-yard penalty off of it too. What is this? A little bump? Come on, Patty. Come on. Rolling into the first game of the year, the Minnesota Vikings have a rematch with the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, we played this team last year and we won that game. And can we just talk about how Colt McCoy is somehow the starting quarterback for the Eagles? Yeah, we're probably going to dominate them in this game. I mean, I already know what happens, but it's okay. So anyways, hopping into this game, Philadelphia does drive down and gets a touchdown on their first opening possession. AP doing AP stuff on his first carry up the game. That was the second carry, but same thing. Hancock takes the snap. He's looking downfield. Oh, did he dial that one up for Jones? That was a dime. Whew. A few plays later, Hancock looking downfield. He's going to find the second-year wide receiver, Claytor. That one's all the way down to the 1-yard line. Oh, my goodness. What an absolute dot. And Claytor, like I said, we wanted these, second-year wide receivers that we drafted last year to step up. And that was huge. Claytor lower on the depth chart, but he gets it done. Adrian Peterson on the next carry. Wow. It's just too easy when you have Adrian Peterson, one of the greatest running backs of all time, to just hand the ball off to and just say, hey, yeah, just go walk this one in there for me, will you? Philadelphia can't do anything with it on their next possession, so Minnesota's going to get it back here. Hancock rolling out to his right on 1st and 10, looking downfield. He's going to take off, and ooh, little jukey move there. That is good for a 15-yard carry after the little juke move to get the defender out of his shoes. Good run by Hancock. Hancock looking downfield. He's going to take a throw to the other second-year receiver, Furman. What a dot that was, too. So he's under pressure. He's rolling out. And he's got a linebacker chasing him. Furman just doing what you're supposed to do as a receiver. Get into open space, bail the quarterback out, find space in the middle of the field so he can make an easy throw to you, and he does. Hancock on the next play looking downfield. Oh, James Jones. Another dot. So this drive, the first two drives for Minnesota, man, Hancock is just showing off that arm power. That was another beautiful dime laid out there for James Jones. 2nd and goal, Hancock's looking. He's going to fire to the end zone, and Rhett Ellison is somehow going to come up with it. I'm going to be honest with you. I somehow cheese Madden, which is, doesn't happen often, but I'll take it when it happens. Probably shouldn't have been a catch, but, we're going to let it go, all right? Just pretend like it didn't happen, but it's 14-7. Philadelphia once again can't do anything with it. Donnie Jones punts it away. Cordell Patterson back to receive it. Cordell just trying to make something out of nothing, and he gets a few extra yards there, so that's pretty good. Hancock on the next play. Oh, my goodness, another dot to Furman. Hancock is just showing that he can get it done here. There's, a little less than 40 seconds left in this second quarter. Minnesota looking to drive down the field to put even more points on the board to take a more dominating lead as they're only up by 7. Hancock's looking downfield. He's going to find Cordell Patterson for Cordell Patterson's first catch of the game. That one's good for a gain of 3. Minnesota's going to use a timeout, but then in the next play, Hancock's going to get sacked. Just pretty much never saw him coming. That's going to set up Blair Walsh for a 55-yard field goal. That one's up. That is good. So Minnesota has the lead 17-7 going into halftime here as Philly wouldn't do anything with it. Minnesota looking pretty good here. Another dot coming out of the second half into the third quarter. 173 passing yards for Wayne Hancock today and a touchdown, so he's looking good. Next play is a handoff to AP. Oh, Adrian Peterson. Philadelphia's kept him pretty quiet today, but when he bakes off for a few yards like that, he can just make guys miss, and he just runs through guys. Look at this. He just plows him over, puts his shoulder down, just pushes through him. You got to love Adrian Peterson and what he can bring, to the field here. To the field. Yeah, that made sense. Toby Gerhardt on that carry. That's only good for a gain of 2. Next play, Peterson's going to get it back. Watch this run. Oop, move, juked. Oh, that's good for a gain of 8 or 9. Another beautiful run. Adrian Peterson, man, he's just so good. Toby Gerhardt back in. He's going to get the carry. That one's good for about a gain of 5. So trying to get Gerhardt working in here too. The run game's been rather quiet for what we're used to here. Hancock on the next play takes a snap. He's looking downfield. Oh, he's taking off, and he's got room to run. He's going to dive for the first down, and he's got it. So Wayne Hancock just really showing off his athletic ability to make plays. Furman on the next catch. That one's good for about a gain of 15. And Wayne Hancock has completed 5 passes in a row. It's going to be a toss to Gerhardt. Gerhardt walks it into the end zone for another Minnesota touchdown. So Minnesota coming in today's game and firing on all cylinders, looking absolutely impressive. Philadelphia once again can't do anything with. Joe Banyard's going to get the carry, so third running back checking in the game. That one's only good for a gain of 1. So, like I said, Philly's defense, for the most part today, against the run, has actually been rather impressive, being able to slow us down. Wayne Hancock looking down the field, he's just going to throw this one away on 3rd and 9. So, Philadelphia's defense, they did have moments today where they stopped us, but they really couldn't defend against the pass. That was their biggest issue. Adrian Peterson, we get the ball back on another carry. What on earth was that? Adrian Peterson made like 4 or 5 guys miss there, and that one's good for about a gain of 20 to 22. Adrian Peterson going to get the next carry. That one is good for a gain of 4. So at this point, Minnesota's up 24-7. You're looking to run the clock out here and end this game. But Adrian Peterson, man, it just so amazing. Furman on another huge 3rd and 7 comes up with another grab. You can't be mad about that at all. Adrian Peterson with another carry. That one's going to be good for a gain of 4. Joe Banyard on the next carry. He's going to gain 2 yards there. So now we're looking at a 3rd and 4. Wayne Hancock is going to fake the handoff. He's looking to the end zone. That one's going to be batted away by Brandon Boykin. They're looking for the tight end there. It is 4th and 4. Hancock takes the snap. Minnesota decides to go for it. Hancock's rolling to his left. He's going to reach for the first down. Did he get it? He did. Oh, my goodness. The second-year quarterback making plays with his legs. That's the 3rd or 4th time in today's game that he needed to make a play with his legs, and he rolled out. He had nothing but room, and he just goes out there and makes it happen. That is just, you got to be so impressed with that. It's 1st and goal, going to throw it to John Carlson. Carlson drops it. That's our tight end number 1. He needs to make that grab. Adrian Peterson on the next carry, though. Oh, boy. This one is just about over in Philadelphia at this point. There it is. Victory formation. Your Minnesota Vikings come out victorious in Week 1. A few weeks later, Minnesota Vikings are taking on division rival, the Chicago Bears. Starting this one out, James Jones is going to catch that one over the middle for a gain of 10. It is 3rd and 1. Hancock's going to hand it off to Peterson, and Peterson is going to get the first down. This drive stays alive. Next play, Hancock looking downfield. He's going to zip it out there, but he sails that one just a little too far out ahead of him. That one's going to fall incomplete. Another play later, Hancock's going to try to get in the Furman. Furman's going to drop it. 3rd and 10, Hancock's looking downfield. Needs to make something happen. He's going to find Furman again. That time it's a catch and the first down. So the young quarterback and receiver finding a way to link up there, as the cool kids are saying nowadays. Hancock is going to hand it off to Gerhardt, who Gerhardt is going to be fighting for every inch, every yard. That is good for a gain of 10, and that'll move the chains. Next play, Hancock looking downfield. He's going to find Greg Jennings. Oh, look at that deep crossing route. Hancock stood in there and just made a beautiful throw. Next run play, it's 1st and goal, 2nd and goal here. Adrian Peterson not going to be able to get it. 3rd and goal, they give it to Gerhardt. Can Gerhardt get there? No, he is going to be stopped short as well. So it is 4th and goal for Minnesota. Minnesota elects to go for it. Gerhardt gets the carry, and it's in. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. And then if that don't succeed, just keep running it until you eventually get it in the end zone. So Chicago is unable to do anything with it. So Minnesota gets the ball here. They're going to pin Minnesota back inside their own 10, but a good carry by Adrian Peterson is going to give him a little bit of breathing room. Hancock looking down the field. He's going to find John Carlson. What a beautiful throw on the money. That one's good for 26. Next carry, Adrian Peterson, not going to be taken down easily, as that's good for a gain of 8. Hancock going to hand it off to Peterson again on 2nd and 2. Peterson breaking loose, still not going down. Now he's finally down. Only in the second quarter here, and Adrian Peterson has 44 yards. Joe Banyard on the next carry. That one's only going to be good for a gain of 2. 3rd and 8, Hancock's looking. He's trying to find somebody. He's going to dial it up for John Carlson. Beautiful patience on that one. Knew he was going to take a hit and just laced her up. That was a beautiful throw. Next carry, Adrian Peterson going to get that one down around the 2-yard line. Hancock fakes the handoff, looking for the end zone on 3rd and goal. And it's going to fall incomplete on 4th down. They're going to go for it again, and Adrian Peterson is going to be stopped short. Turnover on downs for Minnesota as Chicago takes over here. Matt Forte on the carry there. That's going to be good for a gain of 5. Jay Cutler takes the snap. He's looking down the field. He's going to dial one up for Brandon Marshall. That one is going to move the chains. So Chicago on the move here, taking a deep shot down the field. That one luckily falls incomplete. That one could have been a game changer. And on 3rd and 10, Matt Forte is going to get stopped. Minnesota electing to use that timeout. 4th and 8 is going to force a punt from Chicago. Cordell Patterson is back to return this one. He isn't going to get much on the return, maybe about 5 yards or so. Hancock looking downfield with 30 seconds left. He's going to try to take off, and he's going to get tripped up. Great heads-up tackle there from Chicago. That is going to force Minnesota to use a timeout. They got one left. Hancock looking downfield. He's going to find Furman on the next play. Beautiful 13 to 14-yard gain there. Minnesota electing to go no huddle here, trying to save that timeout. They need a few more yards. They need another gain of 10 or 15 or so to try to get in field goal range. Hancock's going to take the snap with 8 seconds left. The clock is running. He's looking. He was going to try to fire it there, but he just hesitated. Now with 3 seconds left, Hancock's looking down the field again, and he's once again going to get hit as he throws. So 2 incompletions in a row there, so no points for Minnesota. We move on to the third quarter where Hancock's going to find Jennings. And Jennings doesn't get a lot of catches per game, but man, he just dials up some really good catches when it needs to be made and always just finds himself in the right positions. Adrian Peterson with a nice carry there. Toby Gerhardt's going to get the carry on 2nd and 1. That is a first down. That one moves the chains. Adrian Peterson on the next carry. There's the juke, and a good gain of about 12 or 13 there. Joe Banyard on 2nd and goal is going to get the carry. That is another tutty for Minnesota. So Banyard's going to get the call there and gets it done. So this three-headed running back room of Minnesota just keeps doing good work. Jones on that carry is going to get up for about a gain of 8 as Chicago once again can't do anything on the offensive side of the ball. Adrian Peterson's going to pick up the first down. Next play, John Carlson breaking tackles after a beautiful little flick toss from Hancock. Peterson is going to get the next carry. Look at this man just break tackles. Adrian Peterson is a monster. 96 yards on the day in the fourth quarter. Just breaking tackles, making it happen. Joe Banyard on the carry. He's going to break a tackle. Almost broke a second one. If he broke that second one, he was gone. But a nice carry from the third string back. Oh boy. Hancock finds Carlson. Carlson is going to break the tackle and gets into the end zone. That would probably be a fine in the NFL, Carlson. You got to watch yourself on that, buddy. Anyways, it's 21-0. 50 seconds left. Adrian Peterson's going to run that one up the middle, get the first down. He's going to get another carry here, and that one's going to end this game. So not a bad day from Wayne Hancock here. 176 passing yards with a touchdown, and Adrian Peterson does a fantastic job as always, but I do love how Gerhardt and Banyard get involved and make positive plays when Adrian Peterson's not on the field, because literally Banyard and Gerhardt are the best versions of each other in the sense that, you know, Gerhardt is just such a good downhill runner, and then just the speed of Banyard is just so helpful. So Gerhardt and Banyard just really good. The defense played really well, and just overall a really solid game here. There's a few plays that you probably wish you could have back, but overall a win is a win against a division rival. You can't be upset about that. Injuries, though, rolling out after a few weeks further into the season. Hancock is injured. It's not looking good, and then I think our left or right guard is out for the season. So Minnesota's going to be taking on Detroit here in this next game, but kind of looking at how everything is looking this season. Of course, Green Bay atop of the standings once again. Minnesota kind of having a tough year so far. We're currently sitting at 4-5, so this win against Chicago is going to help, but we also need this win desperately against Detroit if we want to try to get this season somewhat turned around. It's been a rough year. You know, our starting quarterback is out, so Michael Vick gets to start today here against Detroit. First play, Michael Vick's going to find Furman. Furman's really stepped up this year and just had a really good role with the team so far, making good catches when he needs to. Adrian Peterson's going to get the first down carry there, which is beautiful. Toby Gerharddt on the next carry once again, man. He's just such a downhill runner. Just breaking tackles, getting it done. That one's good for a gain of 9. Adrian Peterson on 3rd and 1. Did he get it? He did. They're going to mark him that he, on forward progress there, that he got it. He's going to get another carry on 2nd and 10. That one's good for a gain of 6. It's 3rd and 4. Vic looking for the first down. There's a flag on the field as Vic throws it away. What's this penalty going to be, as we're already here in the second quarter in a 0-0 ball game? It's going to be holding against Matt Slauson, our left guard. So that one's going to move us back. Oh, they're actually going to decline it, so it's 4th and 4. Minnesota playing it safe in an early ball game here. Just take the points, tie this thing up, or excuse me, take the lead here. And Detroit goes down the field and ties this one up. So it's a 3-all ball game with 3 minutes left in the second quarter here. A nice little pass out to John Carlson. This is going to be a pitch to Peterson. Peterson on 3rd and 2nd is going to get it done. Next play, Michael Vick going to fake the handoff to Peterson. He's looking downfield once again. Furman just comes up with the grab, finds himself right place, right time. Minnesota is going to go no huddle here with just over 2 minutes remaining, trying to get another play in before the 2-minute warning, and what a dot! Vic dials up James Jones there. That one's a good first down. Patterson is going to get involved. He gets a catch. It's 3rd and 1 with a little more than a minute to go here. Adrian Peterson on 3rd and 1 gets the carry. That's a first down. Vic looking downfield. That one's batted away. So that's going to be 3rd and 10. Vic taking the snap on 3rd and 10, looking downfield, and he just sailed that one over Furman's head. So 4th and 10. Minnesota looks like they're rolling out here. Are they going to go for it with 1 minute and 2 seconds left? Looks like Minnesota's trying to get Detroit to jump here to get a few more yards. They are not going to get Detroit to jump, so Minnesota is going to settle for another field goal, taking the lead 6-3. And heading into the second quarter here, almost at the end of the second quarter, what is this? An interception that's going to get returned for a touchdown. Harrison Smith picks off Matt Stafford, apparently, and takes it back for 6. So now it's 13-3, start of the third quarter, as Minnesota got the ball back coming out of the half. So Adrian Peterson, oh boy, he's gone. House call. AP, he's out of here. Beautiful run by Adrian Peterson there. So I got distracted from that interception because I kind of forgot that we got that. So it was 13-3. Adrian Peterson, watch this run again, man. It's absolutely insane. And Adrian Peterson, one of the most explosive running backs in NFL history. He gets the ball, he breaks one tackle, but you have to give everybody credit. Everyone made their blocks when they had to. You just saw Carlson get that last block there to seal off the outside for AP to run that one in. A beautiful run from Adrian Peterson. AP still got it. Still showing that he's one of the best in the league to do it. On the next drive, Detroit would score a field goal. So Minnesota not out of the woods yet here, as there's 2 minutes and 40 some odd seconds left. Adrian Peterson, could this be another house call? He breaks loose off to the left side. Fortunately, Detroit's able to get there and stop that one from being a house call. Toby Gerhart on the next carry, head down running. That's another first down. This clock continues to roll to the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning comes and goes. Gerhart on the next carry, breaks out to the outside, and that is good for a gain of 15. Detroit forced to use a timeout here, as the run game is just going to dominate. Adrian Peterson gets this one down inside the 2-yard line. It is 3rd and goal with 1:46 left. Adrian Peterson gets the carry on 3rd and goal, but he comes up short. So Minnesota once again has to settle for another field goal. Detroit's defense stepped up when it mattered most to try to keep Detroit in this game, but Minnesota still able to put points up. So 56 seconds left. Stanford is going to stand in there, and Stafford, I don't know why I said Stafford, Matt Stafford, that one is going to fall incomplete from Matt Stafford. Great defensive play. That's actually our rookie free safety or strong safety coming up, stepping up and making that play. 4th and 4. Stafford needs to find something. He's going to dial one up deep downfield. Was that Xavier Rhodes or Robinson on the cover there? Doesn't matter. It falls incomplete. That is Detroit's last chance. Victory formation for your Minnesota Vikings. Vic celebrating it up a little bit. Takes the knee. There's another dub. That one was important. Moving ahead now, Minnesota is going to be taking on a very good New Orleans Saints team. I think the Saints were 7-1 or 8-1 at this time during the season. So this is another important win. We need to assert dominant wins against good teams. So on this first possession here, Vic is going to find Jones. That one's good for a gain of 7. 2nd and 11. Vic's looking. He's going to fire that one out. Jones comes up with it again. Can he get in? No. He's going to be stopped at the 5-yard line. Another good pickup from Jones. Peterson on the next carry on 1st and goal. He's not going to get there. Another carry for Peterson up the middle. He's going to be stopped short again. That's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Vic's looking. He's going to try to dial something up. He throws it. That one falls incomplete. 4th and goal for Minnesota. You had so many opportunities and you just couldn't get it. Vic just making a poor decision on that one. I see trying to force it in there, but Minnesota settles for a field goal. New Orleans can't do anything with it. Vic's looking downfield. He's going to find Jennings on the next possession to get things carried away. Adrian Peterson is going to get the carry after that. That's only good for a gain of 2. New Orleans defense has been playing really, really good against the run as Vic with an ugly throw on 3rd down. That one is going to fall short. New Orleans is going to go down and score a touchdown, so now they're up 7-3. Next drive for Minnesota, Carlson is going to get the grab for the 1st down. Next play, Vic's looking downfield. He's going to find Jennings, who grabs it, pulls it in, inbounds as well. Beautiful play. Vic's looking downfield. He's going to try to unload for Jennings again, but it looks like that one's going to be incomplete. Jennings was out of bounds. We're going to get a booth review on that, so we'll get a chance here to take another look at it, but pretty sure Jennings was out of bounds. Vic sailed that one a little bit, and Jennings was open too. That's one that you can't miss. You don't want to miss those ones. Next play, Vic's going to find Carlson, though. Carlson fighting not to go down. Another good grab from the tight end. Vic looking downfield. He's going to find Rhett Ellison on the next play, but there's 5 seconds left in the 2nd quarter, and Minnesota has no timeouts left, and that's going to be the end of the 1st half. So Minnesota had some momentum going there, but unable to do anything with it. Starting off in the 3rd quarter, Vic's going to dial one up for John Carlson. That was such a beautiful throw and such a beautiful catch. Adrian Peterson on the next carry. Oh, AP breaks loose. That one was good for about a gain of 13 or 14. And that's been AP's best carry on the day. Peterson's going to get another carry. Oh, boy. It looks like this Saints defense is finally starting to get a little tired as Minnesota is on the move. On 1st and 10, it's another run to Adrian Peterson. Peterson going to break that tackle in the backfield. That's good for a gain of 4 or 5. Adrian Peterson on 3rd and 3 gets the carry. He's going to get that one down to the goal line. Peterson with the next carry. Touchdown, Minnesota. So like I said, throughout the entire 1st half, the Saints defense has been fantastic against the run, but coming out of the 2nd half, things change, players get tired, so that was a beautiful drive down the field there to retake the lead. The Saints can't do anything with the ball. Another throw to John Carlson over the middle. Man, what a catch, too. Once again, this is probably the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen Vic sail it, but Carlson lays out there, puts it all out there on the line, and comes up with a beautiful grab. It just worked out. Carlson gets the credit for making a beautiful play there. Joe Banyard, he's in. So after the huge throw to Carlson, Banyard's going to finish that drive off. So Minnesota now is up 17-7 on New Orleans. But New Orleans ain't done. They're going to drive down the field and punch in another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. It's 17-14. Peterson's going to get the carry to the outside. That one is good for about a gain of 15. Peterson's going to get the next carry, and Peterson gets another 1st down. So Minnesota's now on the move, driving down the field in a 7-14 game with 4 minutes to go here. Michael Vick's going to take the snap. That one goes to Gerhardt. Gerhardt gets absolutely walloped. And now Minnesota's looking at 3rd and 6. Vick's going to take the snap. He's got to get rid of it. He can't in time. That is a sack. So Minnesota is unfortunately going to have to punt the ball away here with 3 minutes left, giving New Orleans a chance to drive down the field here and potentially ice this one or take the lead. But a beautiful 3rd down stop from the Minnesota D bails them out, forces the punt from New Orleans with 2 minutes to go. Patterson is going to be on the return here. That's a good return of about 12 or 13 yards there in New Orleans territory. Adrian Peterson gets the carry on 1st down. That one's good for a gain of 5. After 2-minute warning here, Adrian Peterson going to get another carry. That one's only good for about a gain of 2. So Minnesota looking at a 3rd and 3. They need to pick this one up. Vic's looking downfield. He's going to find the rookie tight end, Dacey. And Dacey comes up with a good grab there to secure the first down and to keep this drive alive. We're forcing New Orleans to have to use some timeouts here. Adrian Peterson bouncing to the outside. He's still on his feet. He's still rocking and rolling. Oh, but there is going to be a flag on the play. Don't know if this is going to be against Minnesota or New Orleans. It looked like at the end there, it's going to be a face mask call on New Orleans there against Phillips. Yeah, so that's going to move Minnesota inside the 5-yard line of New Orleans, so a very costly penalty. Peterson on 1st and goal gets the carry. That one's only good for about a gain of a 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards. Peterson's going to get the carry again, and New Orleans D holding strong. Going to stop him in the backfield again, so it's 3rd and goal. Here, Minnesota with 30 seconds left here in victory formation. They didn't necessarily need the first down there to win this game, so a beautiful job there by just running the clock out, and another good win for your Minnesota Vikings. Last game of the year for your Minnesota Vikings. We're currently sitting at 9-6, so this win over the Detroit Lions would be huge. Getting us kicked off here, Adrian Peterson is very, very close to having himself a 2,000-yard season, so we're going to be running the ball heavily with Adrian Peterson today, trying to get him the 200 yards that he needs. Currently sitting at 1,800. A beautiful pass from Hancock to hit Jones there to keep this drive rolling. 2nd and 5, empty set for Hancock. He's looking. He's going to find John Carlson over the middle on a 2nd and 5. That is good for a gain of 10 to keep this ball moving down the field. Next play, it's going to be a handoff to Adrian Peterson. Peterson making guys miss. That is good for a gain of 9. He's got 16 yards on the day so far. To hit the 2,000 club, he's going to need around a little under 200 yards. So we're going to see if we can, keep feeding the guy the ball to see if we can get him a 2,000-yard season. Next play, of course, is going right back to AP. He's going to make a man miss, and he's going to get a beautiful carry right up the middle. Next play, Peterson's going to get it again, untouched into the end zone. Minnesota is on the board first. Adrian Peterson has his first touchdown of the day, and he's gaining them yards. So Detroit can't do nothing with it. Next play, it's going to be Adrian Peterson once again, 45 yards on the day so far, and Minnesota looks like they're going to keep rolling here. A beautiful throw over the middle from Hancock to Furman, our second-year wide receiver getting it done. Adrian Peterson on the next carry, fighting tacklers. That one's good for a gain of 7. Adrian Peterson getting some good work done. A few plays later, it's another handoff to Peterson to the outside. He's going to run, going to be good for about a gain of 5 there. Hancock's now looking. He's going to take off on a 2nd and 5. Ugly looking hit. Did he break his legs like he always does? No, he didn't. That's surprising. Usually he gets injured. Adrian Peterson's going to make Darius Slay miss. That one's good for Adrian Peterson's 2nd touchdown on the day. Minnesota is rolling so far up to this point. 14-0. 18 seconds left. Just going to run the clock out. Adrian Peterson with another good run there on a 3rd and 4 to make it 1st and 10. For the Minnesota Vikings heading off into the 3rd quarter. We're still up 14-0. Wow, what a beautiful throw over the middle for Hancock to find John Carlson. What a beautiful day. Adrian Peterson, 122 yards with 2 touchdowns on the day so far, and we're just getting started in the 2nd quarter. Darius Slay going to step up and make a beautiful tackle there on 3rd and short. You know these Minnesota Vikings, they're going for it. Hancock's looking, rolling out. He's going to find Furman on a beautiful grab. That one's good for about 15. That one's going to move the chains. Adrian Peterson next carry, making guys miss, breaking through. Another big run for Adrian Peterson, 132 yards on the day. Hancock's looking. He's going to fire this one downfield. That one's to Carlson again. That one's going to be good for a gain of a few. 1st and goal, a few plays later. AP up the gut. There it is. 3 touchdowns. He's got himself a hat trick. Detroit can't do nothing with it. Adrian Peterson gets the first carry. He's breaking loose. There he goes. He's going to be down to about the 32-yard line. He's got 177 yards on the day with 2 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. On the next carry, Peterson's going to get it again. That one gets him to 194, so he's already in the 2,000 club on the year. Hancock's going to be rolling out to his right. He's going to try to take off. He's going to be short on 4th and goal. He's also going to get injured on the play. God, I swear this guy's a snowflake. when it comes to getting hit. Vic comes in, dips it to Peterson. Peterson is going to be in for a touchdown, number 4 on the day. Welcome to the 2000 club. Will Hancock will be able to return to this game, as we're going to go ahead and simulate a little bit of this. So a pick 6 by D'Angelo Hall is going to make the score 35-0. And then on this pursuing drive, Detroit would finally get on the board and punch a touchdown in. 9 seconds left. You know what that means. Victory formation for your Minnesota Vikings, finishing the year off 10-6. Good year for this Minnesota Vikings team as we're looking to get into the playoffs. Adrian Peterson is going to go ahead and pass LaDainian Tomlinson on the all-time rushing yards list. He does break into the 2000 club, so that is just awesome for Minnesota. And as you can see here on this list, Adrian Peterson has 2. In 2012, he had 2,097, and then in 2015, he had 2,018 yards. So he's on that list twice, which is awesome. Just goes to show how good of a year it was for Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson would also go ahead and win the NFC Offensive Player of the Year award, coming up short to Aaron Rodgers on the MVP voting. Looking at our stats for the year, Wayne Hancock did not have as many passing yards as I would like him to have. He was out for how many games? I think he only played 12 games this year. So it's tough fighting the injuries, and it just seems to have an issue being injury prone a little bit. But hopefully he should be healthy here for the playoffs. Michael Vick did step in, had almost 1,000 yards, 10 interceptions though. Come on, Mike, what are you doing over there? Adrian Peterson, 2,018 yards, 15 touchdowns. The man was a beast this year. This year was kind of the year of Adrian Peterson. Toby Gerhart had his moments, and so did Joe Banyard. But, man, Adrian Peterson really carried the room this year, which was just super awesome. I mean, 336 attempts to finally get into the 2,000 yard club. You know, he had injuries the first season and everything else. So it's been an interesting battle. Hancock got it done with his legs as well. So just overall, I mean, we set this thing up to hopefully set Adrian Peterson up to be as successful as possible, and this year was a really good year for him. The passing game kind of suffered. James Jones led the roster with over 600 yards, 4 touchdowns. Devin Furman, man, I tell you what, this was a guy that we drafted that we knew he needed to, be able to produce some numbers. He stepped up big time this year, being second on our second in catches and yards. John Carlson did a great job. Greg Jennings just doing what Greg Jennings does. Cordell Patterson not as involved. Rhett Ellison did get involved, but not as involved as he normally would. But, we'll take it. So the offense is looking pretty solid here rolling into the playoffs. Taking a look at our defense here, Nigel Bradham led us in tackles this year with 93. He was one of our offseason acquisitions that we picked up in the offseason. Forrest Peatway, our right outside linebacker that we drafted 2 years ago, or a year ago, however long ago it was, he was second leading on the team in tackles. So Harrison Smith, Robert Bland, all those guys kind of stepped up and did a really good job. Our sack leaders, Brian Robinson with 8, Kevin Williams with 7, Sheriff Lloyd with 5, John Abram had himself 5 sacks. Jared Allen had 4, but he is injured, and he most likely will be out for the rest of the season. Chris Dungy had a sack as well. So, defensive front line did step up and did exactly what I wanted to. The secondary, Harrison Smith led us with 3 interceptions. D'Angelo Hall had 2, the veteran. And then everyone else kind of fizzled out with 1. So I think our defense was ranked first for most of the season. So the defense stepped up, did exactly what we were hoping for them to do. Hopefully they can just carry this momentum into, the playoffs here. We have a really interesting playoff matchup coming up. We're going to be taking on the Washington Redskins in the first round. So far, great season. Hoping to carry it off into the playoffs here. I'm expecting a conference champion. The one other thing I guess we should talk about that I throw in here was all the injuries. So none of these guys are going to be in the playoffs. So really excited to get into the playoffs here. So that's what you're going to be seeing in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing.